Hi, hello. Claire here, and today I wanted to share with you some more paranormal stories that happened to me. And, well, first off, if you haven't seen my other two paranormal videos, then you need to go ahead and go check them out first. There's one about my first paranormal experience, which you gotta watch first. And the other one's about my mom's, which you don't have to watch, but it's pretty awesome, so you should still. So, today I wanted to tell you 3 more stories because in my first video, I told y'all a story about something that happened in my childhood. And it actually reminded me of a few more things that happened back then. And one that actually still continues until today. So, let's go ahead and get right to it. So, back when I was younger, it wasn't long after we moved in, I had this razor scooter from house to house to house. And it was one of those old, just regular razor scooters, no special nothing. And, I would ride it 10 hours a day. Mom would have to make me come in, and I rode it until I could not ride that thing anymore. It was torn to shreds and back. And so, one day I was riding it before it was torn to shreds and back, and I decided I was tired and wanted to go inside. So, I decided to park it on this tree that was the first tree in a line of trees that are in my front yard. They aren't there anymore, but they used to be. Excuse me. So, when I parked my scooter out of the corner of my eye, I saw something. So I kind of looked up at it, and I saw this cloud-like figure that was in the shape of a human. And I saw it quickly dart behind a tree that was like further down the line. And it scared me completely and totally you-know-what-less. So I just took off running towards the house. And when I was getting up towards the house, I decided to turn and see if that thing was still there, which is not a good idea. But I did anyway, and of course it was not there. And I ran inside, and I told my mom, and I told my dad. And after a while, eventually I remember saying at some point maybe it was an angel. But stop it! You stop trying to climb it! I'm terribly sorry, my cat's trying to climb my backdrop. So, excuse me. So, anyway, the next story I'd like to tell y'all is just actually really odd. It's after I moved into the room I'm in now. Actually, like, in right this second now. It was not long after I moved into the room. You see, when we moved into the house, I took this one bedroom, but I really didn't like the feeling of it. So eventually I moved into this one, which I equally didn't like the feeling of, but when I was in it, it felt way better. I just didn't like it when it was empty. And now that the other one's more empty, it's like way creepier. So, I had just moved into this room, and I was trying to go to sleep one night for school the next morning, when all of a sudden I heard this noise, and when I opened up my eyes, I saw this bouncy ball you find at Walmart and Dollar General, things like that. I had one of those, and it was just rolling across my floor. And it didn't roll very far, but it rolled a little bit. And then, like, I kind of passed it off because I had laminate flooring, so I thought maybe the floors were uneven or there was a problem with it. But then a piece of paper on my dresser started spinning like air had hit it, so I thought the air conditioner came on, because what other air could hit it? And then some belts rustled on my closet, and this thing was going in a straight line around my room. Well, it wasn't straight, it was like a circular. And then some books on my bookcase fell over. And, I mean, that's not paranormal because I always have more books than I have room for. So books falling off my bookcase sometimes do happen. But it was still enough to startle me. So I yelled, "Look, I know you're there, but just leave me alone. Okay? I don't want to be messed with right now." And nothing happened. It stopped the path around the room. So that was kind of weird that it stopped when I asked it to. And the very, very last story I have for you today is the very, very longest one, but it's not very, very long. So it's actually about this portrait that my mom had made of me. So back when I was younger, I used to be a model, and I had to take these pictures to give to the people that audition you, and you can also post them up online, and the people that are auditioning and stuff can kind of look online, kind of like online job searches, but for models. So we decided to get some of those kind of pictures made, and my mom fell in love with one particular headshot of me, and she actually asked one of her students to paint the picture for her, and she was going to pay her. And the picture turned out really good, especially considering it was a college student. But everyone agreed that there was just something off about the picture and not right. And I mean, sometimes we blame it on a feature or something, but everyone just unanimously agreed that it was weird. It was a weird picture. The picture itself wasn't weird, but weird vibes, I guess. And, this picture, when we first got it, we decided to hang it by this indented desk that is in our kitchen. And then it's hung on the left side wall. And so one day when we went on vacation, we had a family friend coming to feed and water the animals and things like that. And to feed and water the dogs, you actually had to come up on the back porch. And on the back porch, we have sliding glass doors where you can actually see the desk. And our family friend went up there, and she saw the painting leaning against the glass door. And so she texted us, thinking someone had broken in. And she was like, "Hey, does someone have the key to your house? Is there any way someone could have gotten in?" And we were like, "Yeah, my sister has a key. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal." And when we got home, the painting was actually leaning back up against the desk. And we tried hanging it up a couple more times, but it would always end up on the floor. Even though, if it fell, it should have ended up on the desk. So, to get it to quit doing this, finally, we moved it to a different room, which happened to be my mother's bedroom. And so there would be some nights I'd sleep in there, and some nights when it would feel heavier than others. And the nights that it felt fine, sometimes I would actually see the mouth of the painting moving really, really fast. And I couldn't make out words, but it was moving fast. It was trying to tell me something, and it didn't have a lot of time, or I don't know. It was very fast. And then on the darker nights, it would always almost shift and change. It would start out, its mouth wouldn't just move, but its whole face would change. It would start out looking normal, then its mouth would start moving. and then its expression would change, like it was getting angry that I wasn't reacting or helping it. And then after a while, the face would turn almost inhuman, and the jaw would stretch to an impossibly large way or distance, or I don't know how to explain it. But I would shut my eyes and pray for it to go away. I would tell it go away. I'd open my eyes and it would not look any different. The only way I could get it to look different is if I turned on the lights. And also, my mom would have nightmares of this thing flying at her. Oh, and by the way, moving this thing into her room didn't help, because it still kept ending up on the floor and impossibly far distance from where it should have been. So now it's in my dad's room, and he hasn't commented on anything, but he's not really the type to comment on anything. If a picture falls, it fell because it wasn't secured right. That's just how my dad is. And I mean, well, maybe he's right. I mean, but it's odd. So yeah, those are the stories I have for you guys today. If you have any stories of your own, please share them with me. I will link my Facebook down below so you can Facebook message me or just leave them in the comments. And I want to make a video of your guys' stories. So let's see what we can do here. Bye!